This is College Football Weekly with Brian Schaible on the SportsMap Radio Network. From the SportsMap Radio studios, here's Brian Schaible.
Over the ball game, 11:13 to go, quarter one, scoreless game. Benger on the left side of Rourke. Rourke back to pass, has time. Time runs out. He'll roll to the right. Northern pursues, and they throw to the end zone. It's caught. 6 for the Cats. Touchdown, Ohio. A yard into the end zone. Sam Wigless. Back to passes Rourke on 2nd and 7. Throws to the left corner of the end zone. Man out there. Jump ball, and it is caught. Sam Wigless got it with the defender on him. Touchdown, Ohio. From left to right with Wigless. Snap back Rourke. He'll try to run up the middle. Burrows his way forward and into the house for 6 for the Cats. Touchdown, Ohio. Curtis Rourke into the end zone from less than a yard away. And the D do it here. Trips to the right, single receiver left, 4th and 10 at the NIU 19. Lynch back to pass, throws it left sideline, and it is thrown too high, too far, and very incomplete. Ball game, turnover on downs. Paint this baby green and white. Ohio University football wins. Ohio wins 24-17.
And welcome back. Well, you heard the play-by-play calls there. Russ Eisenstein on the Ohio Sports Network from Learfield Communications. And Ohio gets the big win, 24-17 over Northern Illinois. And the head coach of the Ohio Bobcats is Tim Albin. He joins us now. And Coach, has to feel great to get a victory like that. No penalties, no turnovers. I mean, that's the kind of performance it takes to knock off the defending conference champs.
Yeah, those two things right there, huge in the game. I mean, we lost time of possessions. You know, we got outgained. But no penalties, and no turnovers offensively. I think that's for the third straight week too, Brian, knock on wood, that we haven't had a turnover on offense.
And then the week before, you guys win in a different way. Your defense goes out there and forces 6 turnovers.
Every week, every game is a new, different 16-minute identity, right? And when I get in front of the team on Mondays, Sunday's our day off, and there's, you know, we got stats. You got field position, you got third down percentage, you got red zone. You know, there's several things up there. We don't have 20 things, but we've got, I don't know, 7 or 8, 9 things. And I said, look, man, every week, every game, every 16-minute identity is going to be different. There's going to be some weeks that's going to be, well, we lost the turnover battle, and that's going to be the clear thing, you know. And I said, we just got to keep as a team focusing, play our best in these areas, and then when the game starts to unfold, then we've got to find a way to find that winning formula. That's just how I explain it to them. I don't a head coach get up there and say, "Oh, look at here. This is why." You know, I just look. There's a formula, and we got to keep finding it. And you pointed out, to your point, these last 2 weeks it's been different, but it's worked in our favor, and so we're excited.
And how about Curtis Rourke? You know, I know his brother shined in the program before him, and now he's doing well in the CFL, but Curtis certainly making a name of his own.
I said it, you know, in August or MAC Media Days that, hey, for us to take the next step as a program, Curtis has got to elevate his game. He's got to be better. You know, Hagen, Missouri, right guard, okay? He started every game for us as a true freshman at right guard in 2017. You know, he's a senior. I said, Hagen, Missouri, he needs to be the best guard in our conference for us to take the next step. But as you know, quarterback position, Curtis got all the starts last year, and the year before that, we only played 3 games due to COVID. He learned a lot. He had a great off season going into this season, and plus those starts, he's operating at a very high level, and the numbers prove it.
And I'm guessing you have to be thrilled with the production you've seen out of your wide receivers, especially the transfer from Ohio State, Sam Wigless.
Yes, sir. Very happy with Sam. He's an Ohio athlete. Graduated at Ohio State, played behind the 3 first-round picks last year. He's a 3.9 student. going to grad school here in the business department at Ohio University, and he's better off the field, Brian, than he is on the field, and he's dynamic on the field. And I just, I've been after the guys on offense. We got to get him more targets. I think he's only targeted 7 times last week. We hit on 6. He's got to be a guy that's double-digit targeted as we move forward.
And talking about guys who've really made a tremendous impact, both on and off the field, can you let the audience know a little more about Bryce Houston?
Yes, Bryce is walked on senior day. Just again another off-the-field academic. He's dynamic in the classroom. Did an internship over the summer in, I think, Belgium. And trained overseas. He's gone for maybe about a month, and then the month of May, I think, where we're back here training, and to do an internship for his major, and then just got the best smile, and you get him on that field, man. He's got an intensity about him. Can run. Coach Nowinski has done an unbelievable job as far as utilizing his skill set. You've seen him walk up and come off and rush off the edge, and has been productive in that role. And so his play has definitely helped our defense these last couple of weeks for sure.
Now, Coach, I know you've had an interesting path to get where you are today. Your first head coaching job was at your alma mater, Northwestern Oklahoma State. You win the NAIA National Championship, and you've had some real players there too. I mean, NFL talents, Patrick Creighton was there, Lynn Scott, Ron Moore, and you found yourself in a real interesting place following that national championship. It was a bit of a gamble to step away from that job, but it led to some important lifetime coaching relationships for you. Would you mind sharing a little bit of your coaching journey?
Yeah, I really appreciate that question, Brian. That time in my life at age 30, whatever I was, I don't know, 31, 32, something like that, we returned off that team several guys for the next year. And, we, at the time, I'm certain that we had pretty close to, won the last 5 in 98, won 13 in a row that fall. And then, and we returned close to 15 to 18 guys for the year 2000. And I thought we could make another run, which, as you know, I left, but that team went on and went undefeated again the following year and had the nation's longest winning streak in college football, all levels. That's fact. And of course, now I wasn't there because I chose to leave, but I share that with you. That's tough, knowing that, hey, we return our quarterback. We returned 18 guys off a great team. We had a great thing going. And to go be a grad assistant at that time was difficult. There's to the point where really I was not going to take it. And my high school defensive coordinator, Larry Derrick's his name, is from my hometown, Hall of Fame coach in the state of Oklahoma. Called and we talked through some things. I talked over with my wife, which we weren't married at the time. And okay, it just to sometimes you got to take 3 or 4 steps back to take 10 steps forward. And someone said that to me one time, and that really, to me, that fits. Financially, I was able to do it, and I did it. And it's played out to be obviously the right thing to do. But at the time, it was very difficult. And that's my thoughts on it. I know it's a long answer, but it's a truthful one.
And Frank Solich, is a mentor of yours, just had wonderful success as head coach of Ohio. Earlier this year, has the field dedicated in his honor. What was that experience like for you?
Obviously, it's well-deserved. I truly believe Coach Solich is the single most important Ohio University guy that has done more for Ohio University than anybody, and whether it's athletics or not, you got to look at the whole thing. The bowl wins and the winning and being consistent and our recruiting model, those things are evident. But when you look at revenue, you look at home attendance, popcorn sales, hot dogs. It is for my whole time here. Every Saturday game was sold out. That was not the case, as you know, prior. That's the revenue piece of that. The revenue from the bowl games, enrollment is up. You get the pandemic, which everybody's down. But, you look at the numbers in our first bowl win in 2011 with Tyler Tettleton, a Norman, Oklahoma product, and Bo Blankenship at running back and Dante Foster, all Oklahoma City area guys. Look at the enrollment that year, 2012, a second bowl win, enrollment's through the roof. You got to credit Coach for, those things. And not only did he change the perception of football here, but to me, the TV exposure, Maction, that stuff is off the chains. No one has said it like that, but that's how I see it, because I've been a part of it. And I just think, back to Coach on the dedication, it's the right thing to do. I've worked under him for 21 years. I've known him for over 25, visiting Nebraska, and for him to, I've heard Coach say before, Coach Tim just kept coming around and showing up all the time at Nebraska, so I finally just gave him a job, and I'm not so sure that's not how it happened, but I've known Coach forever, and he is a man of great integrity, as we all know. Integrity is, your actions and your words have to be in alignment. And, what he's doing, that is the case with Coach. On the field, what he's saying and doing, it's all in alignment. In the community, same way. In the office, and so a great man of integrity. I try to model that every day, but I couldn't be happier for Coach.
So next up, you have the Bulls from the University of Buffalo, and they've rolled off 5 straight victories here. Would have been 6 if not for a Hail Mary pass by Eastern Michigan to beat them, but certainly a tough challenge ahead on Tuesday night.
Yeah, a huge challenge, as you said. Buffalo is the elite in our league. They just beat the top contender last week, Toledo, who was undefeated on the West. And Buffalo's undefeated on the East, and so we've got them come into town. It should be a well of a ball game. Their front seven is really, really the difference. That's the strength of their team, and they do a good job on offense. They're a physical group, and the quarterback makes them make some plays. So we'll have to play our best game of the year. There's not any question. We're going to have a clean, the turnover. We're going to have to be smart there and not give them anything, and try to keep the game close and see where we are in the fourth quarter.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time. Always appreciate the opportunity to talk MAC football.
Hey, Brian, I appreciate it very much.
And that's Ohio head coach Tim Albin. The Bobcats out to a 5-3 record, and they got Buffalo on Tuesday night. Well, coming up, we'll go around the country, look at some more of the big matchups. That's all ahead. College Football Weekly on SportsMap Radio.